guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess. Today I wanted to film a little bit of a different video. Well, not really different, I'm sure this has been done before, but today I wanted to film my favorite fall reads. Now, what I mean by fall reads is books that I enjoy reading or rereading, the types of books that I enjoy reading every single time the leaves start to change. Now, the reason for that is I absolutely love fall. I am a basic girl to my core. I very, very much so enjoy pumpkin spice. There's pumpkin spice creamer in my coffee right now. I swear to God, the second September 1st hits, I am all about it because I grew up in a state that was mostly winter and spring. Like, there was like a month of summer and like zero fall. And that's just how I remember it, but for me now living in Ohio, living in the lower 48, I am able to actually experience the seasons and experience them for a prolonged period of time, and I have taken such a liking to fall that I've kind of built my life around it. I know that sounds strange, but I have like Halloween decorations up pretty much all year, like pumpkins and things like that. I don't know, I just really, really like it. So every single year I will sit down and kind of pick out each book that I want to read over the fall season, and a couple of these you will have heard of, a couple of them you may not have, but I am here to help you on your journey to enjoying fall even more because I want everyone to love it just as much as I do. Alright, some of these are new books that I have procured over the last year that I read that just gave me this sense. Now kind of the theme that I go with every year that I sit down to read my fall read books, there are a couple of prerequisites that I need for me to enjoy that book as a fall read, and now there is always some sort of magic or mystery in these books. As I get into them, you'll kind of see what I mean. There's always something a little bit otherworldly about them, like very, very different from our world. I have never read like a contemporary book for fall or anything like that. I just want something very magical, very different, very like otherworldly, and not necessarily like spoopy, just different. So the vibe of the book is very, very important to me. So let's go ahead and just get into which books I think you should be reading this fall. Now, this book isn't going to surprise anyone. This series isn't going to surprise anyone. I want to go ahead and try to make it like every single year I reread the entire series. Usually I'll just read like the first or the second, a couple of books. But this autumn, I want to go ahead and read the entire Harry Potter series. No one is surprised to see this. I am sorry, but this is the perfect fall read. These books are wonderful. The magic, the setting, I mean, who hasn't read these? Seriously. But I'm telling you guys, it is worth the reread for fall. It just ties everything in so well. There's so much magic and wonderfulness in these books. I don't know. I just think they are the perfect fall read, and if you have read them or if you haven't read them, I suggest picking them up for fall and rereading them because they're just going to make your fall experience so much better. Now, the next book that I have here is a new read for me, but it gave me the same vibes and wonderfulness that Harry Potter did. And I know a lot of people kind of give this book gruff because some people just really didn't like it, but I really, really loved it. So if you are a fan of this book or you are interested in possibly reading this book, I would definitely pick it up. It is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I absolutely loved this book. This book has so much magic and mystery in it, and just the setting of it, when you read it, you're like, yes, like it has a very like dark atmosphere, but it's not necessarily spooky. I mean, I guess if you're a younger reader, you might find this a little bit more scary, but for me, it was just so magical. The world that they live in, I don't know, I just thought it was absolutely wonderful. It's about a girl who is writing to a carnival master wanting to go to this carnival, and the way the carnival works is at the end of it, whoever wins gets a wish. Now, she receives a letter from the carnival master, and she decides that she's not going to go. But her sister, who is also like avidly trying to go to this carnival since they were very, very young, says, all right, no, we're going. And then her sister like convinces her, and they end up going, and her sister gets kidnapped. Now the book follows her trying to get her sister back while also dealing with the Master of Caraval. And guys, if you have not read this, I definitely recommend it. I think it's worth reading just to see what you think of it, because this book goes one way or the other for people. There isn't really anyone that I've met that's kind of in the middle about it. People either really, really loved it or really didn't like it, but I think it is definitely a book to experience while the fall season is upon us because, like I said, it has so much magic and mystery in it, and it is definitely worth the read. Now, I guess this book can be considered a little bit more spoopy, like scary. Well, not this book, but this author. However, I think that it is definitely worth it because it has such intrigue and mystique, like old school writing. And it is the Lovecraft short stories. Now, I have like a big book that has all of them in it. However, you don't necessarily need to read this book. I think just any of the Lovecraft short stories, I think just sitting down and reading them periodically throughout the season will keep the momentum going for you guys to enjoy it. I really, really love his writing. It is very, very like old school writing. I mean, let's be real, these were published forever ago. However, I think that they just add something to the season. It's not really like magical or anything like that. It is a little bit more scary, but I don't know, there's just something about the writing in this, like the writing style, the old writing styles that I just absolutely love for this season. So yeah, so I think everyone should read a little bit of Lovecraft this season. So you don't have any, you can go online and find Lovecraft stories. You don't even need to really own a book, but I would definitely add this to your fall reads. Another more recent book that I found this in the last like 2 or 3 years. It is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Peregrine. Look guys, I really don't know how to pronounce it and I feel awful about it. My husband always corrects me and he's never even read these, so if I'm pronouncing these wrong, please let me know. But I loved these books. Now when I was reading them, they took me back to how I felt when I was reading Harry Potter. I had never read a book up until this point that made me feel the way that Harry Potter did. Now I know these books are very hit or miss for some people, but I absolutely loved them. I plan on rereading all of them over the fall season, so keep an eye out for that. But these books are just so mysterious and they have so much magic, and the characters in these books, I absolutely love them. They are so good. This is about a boy whose grandfather is kind of going what seems to the outside world a little bit crazy. So when he passes away, he leaves his grandson a series of notes. Well, his grandson decides to go with his father to this town, and in the town he does find sort of a little bit of trouble. Now I won't go into too much because I don't really want to ruin it, but there are like alternate, not universes, but timelines and things like that. So it is very cool. It is a very good read. If you have not read these, I definitely recommend them. Like I said before, just to see if you like them, because I don't know, I think more people need to really read these because I think that they are wonderful. Now the next book is by an author that I thought I just absolutely loved, but some of his writing has become kind of hit or miss for me recently. However, this book is absolutely wonderful. It is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. This book is about a man who finds a girl bleeding on the streets of London and gets entangled in this new world. Now it is kind of like an alternate London. This book does take place in London, but without giving too much away because I really want people to read this, he is just sent on this quest to another London and he has to try to figure out how to get back to his London. Now a lot of spooky things happen in this book. It is a little bit creepy because it is Neil Gaiman. However, the magic in this world, the world itself, not necessarily our London like his London, but the London that he falls into, the cracks of London, is just so wonderful and magical, and the different types of people, the different types of character that he meets along the way, they're just so worth the read. If you have not read this, I would definitely recommend it. Someone wanted to say hi. Hi, baby. Oh, Zura. This is Zura. And my kitty. Am I a witch yet? With my black cat. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you find some of these helpful if you're looking for things to read this fall just to keep you in the fall spirits. But I hope you guys are having a good week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!